Okay, so I'm going to talk behind the camera for just a second, and then we're going to turn around. You guys have seen this. This is one of the pastures or meadows that is here on the property. There's actually about 4 of these. This is probably, could be the smallest one. Then there's a larger one a little bit west of us, and there's another one over on the other side of the trees over here. There's one over at the side of the trees over there. So you guys have seen this, but this is basically our front yard for now. And then you're familiar with this view of the containers, but let me show you the big picture. And this is it. This is home for us. We're not for sure for how long, but you can kind of see the big scheme of things, how it all lays out. And in the north end of this pasture, tucked in these trees, they began their Airbnb with the pergola, and that was the plan, just to have an Airbnb. And then as things progressed and opportunity made it available, the idea was a full family move, pack up everything from El Reno and bring it here to Smithville, Oklahoma, southeastern Oklahoma. So this is kind of where it is. You kind of get an idea of the layout. Here is the containers, our garage, our pantries over here, our storage for everything, and then we're right here. And this is how we do pretty much every day. Is garage area is kind of over here. When we have to go over there, we go over there. We get in and out of the pantry when we're cooking the meals, obviously. So this is what we do a lot of, taking care of Mr. Tucker. And so Miss Pam,
Yes.
kind of point out different aspects of the Airbnb here.
Okay, well, you start with Jimmy and I's RV that originally we had purchased and was going to put it on the property in El Reno and eventually build there. And then as the story will be unfolded here in the near future, just a huge God story and the way he has orchestrated this move, we were able to bring it along with their RVs. And this is what we're doing and how we're living until we begin the building process, which will be in the next pasture over on the other side of these trees in this creek, which is just an amazing sight. This is us. The one in the middle with the slide outs is for Haley, Nathan, and the 4 kiddos. There's also a dog, Tracker, and 2 cats, Camo and Posey, that came with us. So the Airbnb small trailer is what they had originally here, that they were Airbnb-ing for a time for people that could come out and visit and camp and just kind of get away from things. We're close to Hochatown in the Broken Bow area. And so right now it's kind of used as a kind of a fun, like where you can hang out, do crafts, we can do homework, watch movies, things like that, is a kind of a getaway for some of the kids when they need some time away from all of us. But we just recently got some ricks of wood going because we do go through that in the big. Nathan had an amazing 9-foot chimenea, custom made, and it has been amazing. I think we have burned wood every night, and that's where we sit around the campfire, as you can see with the Adirondack chairs. That is where we go when the sun goes down, and we have our Jimmy will tell you about our family meetings that we get to have that just kind of discusses what are we doing the next day, things like that. And so, do we want to come around and we can show the kitchen area? Or what you consider a kitchen area? We have a dining table that we usually sit at during, like this morning we had a big breakfast and did that. We sit out here at lunchtime, evening times, things like that. We have over here, we have an outdoor charcoaler and grill and a smoker. We have used these every night basically since we've been here, whether we're grilling chicken, steak. We made, last weekend we had some family and friends over, and we did ribs and brisket and hot links and things like that, all on the smoker. We have right now just a kind of a temporary prep table is what we call it, where we're prepping food, or when we get it off the smoker and we kind of line up with our plates, and silverware to kind of fill your plates and things like that is here. We have a Blackstone, which everybody needs one of these. We wind up grilling, and we do eggs, bacon, pancakes on that this morning. Last night we did fajitas and heated the tortillas and everything out here. We have a chopping board, another prep table with just space underneath right now. Like I said, it's only been a couple of weeks, so we're still kind of trying to get everything organized and what is best. How do the things work the best? And so we're still trying to figure that out. So I'm sure we will be changing some things around in the layout. But for right now, this is what we have, and this is what's working for right now. We have a sink area, and we have, for those that are wondering, yes, we have electric, we have water, we have septic, we have a well out here, so an abundance of water. It has been amazing. We have this giant pergola that Nathan and Jimmy made that keeps the sun off. It is amazing. We have an outdoor refrigerator that we call our community refrigerator that houses everything big that you know how, if you've been in an RV, you know that you don't have just tons of refrigerator and freezer space. So we have what we keep just in our RVs for our own personal uses. But then this is our community fridge where we keep all of the fruits and the snacks and the lunch meats and things like that. And then we have an outdoor chest freezer for just ice that we kind of keep, because neither RV makes its own ice. We try to buy ice in bulk because, as Jimmy has told you, we're not close to any store. There's a little CJ store at the end of the road, a couple of miles, and it is basically gas. You can buy bait. You can buy some wood.
You can get food there.
You can get food. They do barbecue and they smoke meat, and it smells wonderful every time you go, and the food is amazing. So we'll get our ice there. We bring it in, throw it in our chest. We also have, Nathan uses it even in the fall and winter, but an outdoor shower, which has been amazing when we were all here even this summer hanging out. When you're playing at the lake, they've got an amazing swimming hole very close by, and we have an outdoor shower with a rain head and all of that, which is amazing. Kids can wash their feet off before they go into the RV. Again, this is the Smith RV with all of the little ones and stuff like that. And then we have the other one for, again, kids kind of hang out in there. They watch movies, maybe get away to read. If they want to do their homework in there, do some art, craft type things. And it's also set up for any guests. So anyone that wanted to come visit, we have family that's coming up that are going to be able to stay there and be able to stay close by to us. Behind the RVs is the well house and the propane tank and things like that.
And most importantly, what we have been waiting for is...
yes, finally! The important thing is we have internet now.
We have something that resembles
internet. It's the best you're going to get out here in the country. I'm sorry, we're away from everything, but we have gone for a couple of weeks without any internet, and so we of course have cell phone capabilities and things like that, but if we were to even look up anything, like trying to research what internet was available when you don't have internet was a little tough. So got that last week. Before that, we were driving down to the local diner, gas station, or the community center, and we would log on to their Wi-Fi to be able to kind of have things, make things happen. And so can you think of anything else?
I think I missed the whole tour.
It's like East Wing, West Wing. We're just talking about how we kind of adapted all the trailers. This is kind of the trailer to hang out. Kids can read, do some homework, watch a movie when they need some time by themselves.
I mean, if you really look at it, if you said square footage, see, we could say square footage would be from here all the way over to there. My gosh, I don't know how many square feet that is. And this is our living space.
Well, I'll tell you
that whole thing.
Something that's funny, we just got our revised building plans back yesterday from the architect to look over. And what we started out was this plan for wow, this is really what would be a dream home. This is what we need. After living in this, we look at this and go, holy cow, do we really need that much more space now that we have learned to condense? Now, is it for long term? We're praying not, because we are all in tight quarters. For Jimmy and I, it's not as bad. There's just 2 of us. For a family of 6 in a tight quarter,
it's not bad. It's really not. The kids have liked it. Like, I love that currently, like, 2 of them are outside playing, and they will spend their entire day outside. And so I love that it has challenged my kids to get along better and give grace and to be outside more and be more creative with what they do with their time. And so while it is not always like convenient when the baby wakes up at 6:30, everyone's up at 6:30. But we've enjoyed it. It hasn't been hard. I think the hardest part has been just the baby, and he doesn't understand, like, it's time to be quiet, it's time to go to bed, it's time to lay down and not get up. So that's just for a short period of time, hopefully. But eventually it'll get to where all the kids can go to bed at the same time. And then maybe one day when the camper's clean, we can do like a tour of the inside, but not today. Because they are home and it is chaos and it gets dirty real quick. One pair of shoes is dirty.
It's a small amount to vacuum and clean too, you know, but the kids do. They come home from school, or like now on the weekends, while we were cooking breakfast, they were out crossing the bridge over the creek, and they are making forts, and it is amazing wonderland for the kids. We've been hiking, we've had a great time, a lot of exploring, a lot of riding on the 4-wheeler and the side-by-side, and so but being able for us to experience this with our kids and our grandkids, that I couldn't, that you can't put a price on. And so for that, we're so grateful. And just to be able to share with you in the days ahead, just what God's plan was to get us here was amazing. To be able to see his handiwork, where I think probably for one of the first times in my life that it was such a clear picture for us that we were like, well, of course this is what he has for us, you know. And so that we'll be sharing with you in the near future, just so that you guys can kind of get a backstory of what brought us here and why we're doing life this way. And so
we're not trying to say, oh, you know, look at us having a hard life, or you know, we're so misfortunate because of this or that. And that's not what we're trying to do either. But there's something about watching people do life different or maybe a little bit harder. It's just kind of fun. So we just want to be able to share with you, friends, family, maybe some new subscribers and things like that. Maybe you find this entertaining. I don't know what that could be entertaining to somebody. Yeah. But anyway,
when you have nothing else to do or watch,
we do have,
jump on our channel.
Yeah. It may be even in this video that we talk about a YouTube channel and how you can find that. This video may be the first video on the YouTube channel. We're trying to figure that out, and you go, well, why go to YouTube? Well, I don't know. Because that's where I go when I watch stuff. So anyway, thanks. We do appreciate it if you do leave comments, if you like. Yeah, just like on there, and that you've enjoyed it. Watch the whole video. I know it's a little late now to tell you to do that at the end of the video. I should have said that first. But anyway, we love you guys. Yes. We appreciate y'all tuning in, and it really makes us feel special when you say you like the video, like the video, like the video. It just means that we're still connected in some way or another, and so we appreciate that.